Welcome to today's follow-up video on Spring Application Advisor. If you haven't watched the first video on this, please do this first. That will show you how to run Application Advisor to understand how to upgrade your older Java and Spring applications to newer versions and start to apply those changes automatically. In today's video, we're going to go into how to visualize the posture of your Spring applications before and after those upgrades using Spring Application Advisor and Tanzu Platform's Hub user interface. Let us again take a look at our favorite application, Spring Pet Clinic. This is the same application we used last time to upgrade. And again, this is an older version of Spring Boot 2.7 with Spring Framework 5.x under the hood and Java 11. Same thing as last time. If we run the upgrade plan git, we can see the upgrade steps that Spring App Advisor will take for upgrading this application. We did that in the last video. This time, let's go ahead and publish this to Tanzu Hub. So we can do advisor, build plan, publish. Normally the command would just be build config publish. In this case, I'm using a self-signed certificate, hence the extra arguments to specify that. This will go ahead and publish it to my Tanzu platform hub. And if we go and look in Tanzu Hub, we can come down to repositories. And from here, we will see all of our repositories. Repo being like a GitHub repository, so one application. In this case, I only have one application. Here we'll see a total summary of all of my applications. Because I have Spring Essentials with extended support, all of my applications have support currently. But we do have my one application with a number of vulnerabilities because I am using older unupgraded libraries, and then a number of recommendations around that. So if we go ahead and click into our application, we will see a number of details here. Biggest thing, we have 21 security libraries with security vulnerabilities. That's a lot. That's one of the biggest things we'll look at. And quite a few of these require what we consider high engineering effort to upgrade. You can see the same steps that we saw before that Spring App Advisor will take to upgrade this application. We can look at my support levels. I am supported because I do have extended support. We can look at the vulnerabilities. So what, 6 critical, a number of high, number of moderate. And then we can look at how that support is going to unfold over time. We're still fully supported. I believe support goes through approximately the end of the decade. The more interesting thing is if we go ahead and look at the libraries, we can look at the number of vulnerabilities by library. We can look at, let's pick one. There's one down here with 12 vulnerabilities. If we expand that, we can look at the different vulnerabilities. Right here is a critical vulnerability. We can click on that. We can see the details of that vulnerability. This is just a quick demo of the details that you get out of Spring App Advisor, especially when you hook it up to Tanzu Hub. And then you can start to evaluate your posture, the benefits of using extended support, and then the benefits of applying these upgrades as we saw in the previous video with Spring App Advisor. Let's drill in how to set this up. So if we go into Tanzu Hub, we can expand the side menu and go to repositories. From repositories, we can go to manage connections and attach Spring App Advisor. So I'm just going to call this Spring App Advisor pet. And then this will generate the configuration and credentials for me to connect to this Tanzu Platform Hub. These are all generated URLs and credentials that will be deleted before this video is published, so don't worry about copying these. I will go ahead and click the copy button here and then switch over to my terminal, and we'll go ahead and export these in my terminal. So that will set the credentials here. Obviously, if you are doing this in a more permanent way or in CI/CD, you would set these in a more permanent way for environment variables. The other thing I need to do here is I'm using a self-signed certificate for this environment, which likely will be quite common. And there are very simple instructions on the Spring App Advisor tech docs for doing this. The first thing we will do is we need to download that certificate. So I can come here and I just need to replace the URL here with my URL. We will grab the URL, and I just want the URL, not the full piece. All right, we will run that, and this will create a server cert.pem file. So that is my certificate. And then we can go back to the instructions and we will create a key store for Java and bring in the certificate. And we will say, yes, we want to go ahead and trust that. And then from there, we can run what's really a simple command, advisor build config publish. This is the only part you would typically need, but because I'm using the self-signed certificate, we'll have those two other pieces to point it at the key store, the trust store. So I will go ahead and run this, and that will go ahead and publish it. So from here, we can go back into Hub, click Finish. We can see that it is registered. And then if we go back to repositories, we now see the repository here. This will just take a couple of minutes as it's processing and loading the data before we will start to see the information. So that is how you do the setup to link the repository and hook it up to Tanzu Hub. Thank you for watching.